Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's like everyone wants to end up like all those people in Wall-E. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nobody knows what's going to happen. Really, ultimately, I mean, they don't even know what's happening under the hood. Sometimes, it's like, I don't know. Oh, sorry about knocking the camera. Oh. So I've been watching some YouTube, and it's just like, and what are you gonna do? There's so much. What can you do? There's so much content now, just being uploaded every hour. You would think. Yeah, I've been watching YouTube, and there would be something. I don't know what's going on with the minute. It's just almost useless. And there's so much content to my liking now. Every hour, I'm trying to watch stuff, and it's sending me. It's giving me stuff that. And then you watch one video on one topic, and then it just but it's got no point now where with every single video that has anything. It's like, no, I already watched it. I don't need this cornucopia. Right? Anyway, so let's get into a little unpackaging here. And so this is a very interesting thing that we have here. This is and I'm sorry, it's not a real unpackage, it's not a real unboxing or anything. I mean, I guess I could have taken it out of this box so that it technically would have been an unboxing. I've done that in the past, but anyway, yeah. So I'm sorry, yes, I've already. There was 2 in here, and so this is just the second one. So it's not really, that super authentic here, guys. And I know that that's the currency these days. But so here we go. This is a very interesting thing, and it's cool. It's got what does it have? It's got like a little. I used to call these thumb screws. Is that still called a thumb screw? I don't know. Oh look, you can. Okay, so you can loosen this, and then you can spin this little bottom disc here, right? That's pretty cool. And then it's on this like little ball joint thing, and it's got a little slot here, so you can go at, yeah, pretty much, yeah, not pretty much a right angle. And what else? Oh yeah, and this thing spins, right? So you can, I don't know. So yeah, this is a really seriously, guys. I mean, I know this is not. Yeah, but. All right. Well, let's get to putting this to use. Let's see if it helps at all. All right. All right, what do you think? Is this better or is this worse? I don't know. I guess I'll find out later. But anyway, I mean, look, I got this thing. I set it up, here. I've got the light now right over everything. You see what I do for you, YouTube? So here's the package that I received in the mail quite a while ago, actually, and but I'm gonna go ahead and open it up here, and hopefully this will be a little more interesting than that first thing, But hey, light, pretty cool, right? All right, let's take a look. Okay, so this is a real well, not really unboxing, but unpackaging anyway. This is for real. This came in a mailbox, and see what we got. Huh. It's listed as a brand name. I don't see anything indicating that here. But yeah, we're just gonna rip those. Sorry. All right. So yeah, what do we have here? This is pretty cool. We've got some really. This is very interesting, guys. This is really interesting, and so. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, we've got some screws. All right, we've got some springs. Springs are really cool, really cool. It's like, it's like this way or that way, right? Doesn't matter which way it still works for you. All right, so we got springs, right? Springs are a lot of fun, and screws. You know how I feel about, screws, they're really cool. You can do a lot of stuff with screws. Screws help us out a lot of ways. Then what do we have here? This is some kind of piece of metal. Okay, that's cool. And we've got got an L. Okay, so yeah, so this is really fun, exciting, especially compared to the last thing, right? So, evidently, they agree, right? I don't hear them booing anymore. All right, so let's move along. I tried out those strings and they okay. Here's the deal with the strings, the 10.5, right? They sound great. Okay, they sound really good. Since they're skinnier than the 11s, they kind of bite into my fingers a little bit more. Since they're thicker than the 10s, they're stiffer than the 10s, and so they bite into my fingers a little bit more. Bending is cool, right? Since I play a lot 11s a lot, 10s always felt like a slinky or something to me, and so the bends are cool. So it's it's fun, and they're fun. They're fun. But yeah, it's these things, right? So since I did both of them at the same time, switched to the 11s and put these things on. I like having those more original stock looking saddles in there, but I've tried everything, and especially on the low E, just it was impossible. It was impossible. It was just always way sharp. I think it was always way sharp. But so that's a little update on my dream guitar here. I've been experimenting, with that 2-finger, because I was aware of the thirdless G, right? A la Angus and many other people, but yeah. So I was going, okay, yeah, 2 fingers, that's cool, and and then since it was new to me, every once in a while I wouldn't get the B string down quite right, and I would just get the 2 middle strings, right? Thirdless A. Why did it take me so long? Thirdless A. What the heck? All right, so yeah, so that's pretty cool. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going around now about like guitar tone snobs, right? You got tone snobs, and yeah, those tones. They gotta have certain guitar type of or ilk of guitars, that and everything's gotta be just right, and it's got to have a certain sound, and the amp has to be all, specced out, and and it's like it's these tone snobs, right? Like these guys, like Eddie Van Halen and like Angus Young, and like Billy Gibbons, and these guys are so picky about their tones, and it's just like, but me, it's like, we're tones, I'm a let's see, let's say, it's like you don't have to be a tone, you can be a like I can tell the difference between Pepsi and Coke, so I'm kind of a snob when it comes to that thing. You put 7-Up and Sprite in front of me blindfolded, no problem. I can tell you which is which, right? That is how developed my soda pop palate has become over the years, right? So I can tell the difference, you know. I have a little bit of trouble when it comes to like Dr. Pepper versus like, what was the other one? There was another one. Oh, like Mr. something or something. It's just it's like a, you know, when you get the cherries involved, then it kind of, you know, then it gets a little bit harder, right? Because the cherry taste kind of smooths everything out, you know, which is nice. I like Dr. Pepper, but when it's like just a pure cola, yeah, you know, whether it's Royal Crown or whatever, you know, it's like, yeah, and try fooling me. You ain't gonna fool me when it comes to like Fanta versus Crush, you know, versus Nesbits, you know, whatever. You know, I'm talking orange here, right? Of course, orange. So yeah, you know, and then so it's like that same kind of developed taste, right? That goes into these guys and their freaking guitars, man. Can you believe those guys? You know what? Yeah, I think that's about it. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed it and have a nice day. We're okay. Who wants ice cream?